This was Wednesday Night Hop, Social Dancers track. We focused on Swingouts today. This was week 1 in November 2019. This is Lori.
Hi. And this is Joy. Ding! Yay! So the first thing we did was really looked at how people were doing their swing outs and did some tune-ups. Some of the tips we mentioned in class. First of all, footwork. You can practice this by yourself at home if you want. I'll turn my back to the camera. So you can do step, step, triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step, step, step. You can go faster, step, step, triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step, 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 and even faster, step, step, triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step.
We talked about ways to practice this. So rather than just kind of moving your feet underneath your body, making sure that you have this accordion shape and you're bouncing your entire butt down. And so when you land onto a foot, it's with that bouncing downward motion.
Yeah, and so that pulse is consistent and constant throughout your movements. Yeah, notice that our pulse is pretty much single time, bum, 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 whether we're doing steps or triple steps. Yeah. So once you have practiced some of the footwork and it becomes part of your muscle memory, it becomes much easier to implement the shapes of this. So we talked about the swing out right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quick tip. Follows, you want to think about turning early on the 2 so that you can go backwards on your triple step a bit here.
Yeah, so I'm still thinking backwards with my movement until I feel kind of Lori's right arm catching me and preventing me from continuing.
Yeah, and notice if Joy is thinking about moving in closer, then I may not have that back to stretch off of. So we really want that to be a stretch moment. Also, when we stop here, we want to have the leads on their left foot and the follows on their right foot. Yeah, that's going to be really important so we know which foot to step in for the 5.
We also talked about from this position, I'm not leaning backwards with my upper body because this can strain Lori's right arm, but I'm sitting back with my hips.
Yeah, and then we talked about the release on 5, where the leads should be turning down the line with their right foot, and then also moving back a little bit near the end of that pattern. Yeah, and this makes sure that the follow isn't doing all the traveling.
Yeah, and we kind of pointed out some tips of if it feels like the follow is being asked to travel a lot. One is rather than going around as here, if my hips are back, but keeping my feet really right underneath myself, and that will allow my feet to fall a little smaller, as well as leads not asking their follow to travel a lot. So if I were to ask Lori, so if I'm leading now, if I ask Lori to travel a lot, baha, there's a difference between kind of big travel with linear versus at the same time, I could also stay linear but small travel. Yeah. Other things we pointed out was kind of to keep this linearity from here. I really want to ask for a very straight. Oh, sorry. I guess that was a bad angle.
Here, let's put you in the back if you're leading. There you go.
I want to ask for a very straight stretch to ask my partner to go straight down the line. If I am asking them to go straight, I need to get out of the way. So that means ba, I'm out of the way. And I'm kind of rotating my torso at the same rate Lori is, such that we can land facing each other. And it's partially my job to get all the way around.
Additionally, we want to make sure that this arm is nice and relaxed and close to our bodies as opposed to out here. This is not what makes the turn happen. I'm really concentrating on getting my back into that hand. Yeah. So let's do a couple swing outs, this direction and then that direction.
Okay.
I will lead.
Okay.
Okay. So here's leader's butt.
Leader's butt.
Step, step, triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step. Okay, follow butt. Follow butt. Follow butt. Step, step, triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step. Sideways. The way that it's open. There we go. A step, step, triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step. Yeah. Okay. Then variation, forward swing out. So we're usually doing sideways or backwards release swing outs where we ask our follow to stay with the lead as we turn. This helps the follow rotate, and they end up going backwards or slightly sideways at the end of the pattern. For a forward release swing out, we want to get to this 4 here, and instead of taking our partner with us, we want to ask the partner to step forward with us. Notice that the lead step backwards. And we drop our hand so that we're no longer in the way. We did this a bit with walking, so we could do this, as many steps as necessary, and then let go. But we really want to be able to move our entire body leads. If you step back like this, the follow can't feel that. So you need to move the entire body back and through. Oop, sorry.
Yeah, we also pointed out kind of once you have kind of let go, then getting out of the way such that you're not in the way of the follow. The other thing we talked about was once they have released. So if Lori has just asked me to go forward, so if you release and then at some point, this arm is going to get kind of too far that it's not really comfortable or ergonomic. At that point, then I'm going to allow my upper body to turn so that it's still comfortable. And we kind of played with finding that comfort range. So for most people, it's somewhere between in front of you to beside you. But if you go all the way past kind of, if this were a plane, if you go behind that, that tends to be not as safe and not as comfortable. But everyone has a slightly different range of motion and what's comfortable and what's good.
So we're going to do a couple of forward swing outs. 5, 6, 7, and step, step, triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step, follow butt. Step, step, triple step,
follow
step,
face,
step, triple step, 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 triple step, follow face, triple
also
step.
my face.
I love it, I love it. And then sideways. Step, step, triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step. Then we said, well, this hand, we want to keep it nice and relaxed. And at the end of 4, we want to start prepping it to move across our follow's body. And this is going to end up with a follow turning into their arm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So example looks like this. Step, step, triple step, 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 trip. I'll do it again. Step, step, triple, prep, step, step, triple step. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when we say prep, so if I'm back to leading, when we say prep, we mean kind of starting to rotate this hand over. So I'm starting to look at my watch such that when we want to go over, it's easy. Yeah. We also talked about from this direction, if I kind of cross Lori's arm in front of her, that generally indicates that you're going to go in the direction of your hand. So in this case, it's to the left. And we talked about, so the reason the kind of looking at your watch is important was so if your hand is here, then getting all the way from here to there is a long distance to travel, versus if it's already here, it's much faster and easier.
Yeah. Okay, so that's basically what we covered. So now you have regular swing outs, the back or side release, the forward swing outs, and also this forward swing out with a turn. So stick in for another couple of weeks of amazing swing outness. Bye.